Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be repairing the screen on an Acer Nitro. I have a lot to say about this laptop personally because if I didn't have $1,000 to spend on a gaming laptop and I just wanted to be able to play my games, for less than $800 I can get a hold of this, and for me it's worth it. So on a low end, if I really couldn't afford $1,000 I would definitely go for this, but those sacrifices they made the screen really susceptible to breaking, and in many ways there's a lot of different problems that you can have with the top half of this laptop. And I know a couple people have used this consistently for a couple years, gaming, playing. They've had no issues outside of the screen breaking, but this video will show you how to fix all the problems that you may have. Let's go ahead and break into it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to say is whenever you open or close this laptop, if you do decide to purchase this for yourself, do it with both sides. Don't ever just slam this down. It'll prevent these type of problems from happening. But to open it up, you can do this with a credit card if you absolutely need to, or a tool like this one works. You just need to be able to separate the bezel from the back side of it. Alright, this is the part of the video where I didn't realize that the post on the back cover of the laptop had broken off. Generally there are 3 additional screws on the hinges that you would have to disconnect, but you'll see me fix that later on in the video. Over here. Alright, now I'm going to come up a little bit closer to show you the issue that we have with this specific laptop. Now, they have these brackets that connect to the hinge and run all the way up to the top of the LCD and screw into the back case. And they're really thin and have a tendency to snap off, just like this one did. So this is the piece we're going to be specifically replacing. So let's go ahead and get both of these brackets detached. Alright, now I want to just point out at this point, if you do happen to break the actual LCD of this device, all you have to do is purchase a new one. They're about 60 bucks, and you just remove this cable right here and you plug it into your new LCD device and you put it all back together. You're done right there. That's it. But let's go ahead and replace this arm. Alright guys, I had to get you in a little bit closer here so you could really see. We have a couple of spacers on the end and some different washers basically being used for the same purpose to put this nut on the end here. And you can use whatever tools you need to get this off. They're generally not too hard. I'm just using a pair of needle nose, just something to grab onto it. And I'm having no issue here. Alright, once we get that off, we have to pull off all of these different washers that are on here. And they're generally not too hard to get off. Just the threads. You can even screw them off sometimes. And then there's 2 more pieces that need to disconnect. They're actually have a pin that's connected here to the actual arm that we're replacing. So the same thing, and just take note of the order everything is here. let's put the new one back on. Alright, and the arm is actually something you want to get just perfect. You need to make sure it's opening and closing. It can't be too loose, too tight. But let's go ahead and screw everything back in as far as the arms attached to the LCD and the back case cover. Alright guys, I failed to notice that the back cover had broken off these 3 brass pieces. So there's usually 3 additional screws on the bottom of the hinges that screw into this, and I had to reattach these. You would generally, replace the whole back cover, but I'm doing this, for free for a friend and just to make the video. So I reattached them myself instead of waiting for a new one to come in. But if you did replace this, you would just simply rerun all of the wires up to the camera here on the side. There's 2 on one side, a white and a black wire, and then the white wire on the opposite side that runs all the way down to the LCD. Alright, now that I have those attachments back on the back case, we can finally put the laptop back together. You want to be careful with the screen here, seeing as there's nothing protecting it. If you drop it or anything, you can easily break this and have another piece to replace. Okay guys, forgive me, I had to re-record over some of this, but basically just going to screw in the top parts first and then get 1 screw in on each side of the bottom, kind of just to hold everything together so you can screw in everything else. Be careful with the wires on the one side especially that go to the LCD. You can definitely pinch that wire. But after you get 1 on each side, everything should be more stable and you can put the other ones in a lot easier. Alright, and finally, just snap the bezel back into place, the front cover. It's pretty easy to go on. Get it all the way across the bottom. Once everything's snapped in, you're good to go. Make sure you're careful with the cover. Guys, don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more videos. If you guys want to pick this up, it is a good low-end budget gaming laptop. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.